Alright, welcome back to WMMA Now with your host Chuck Stevenson. So, Bellator MMA has booked Liz Carmouche 13-7 versus Mandy Böhm 6-0 for Bellator 243 May 29th in Temecula, California. And this is booked as the main event. Now, looking at this and I'm just trying to figure out what is Bellator thinking with this main event, with this fight as a main event? Okay, first, let's look at Liz Carmouche, okay? Liz Carmouche is not a big name. Yes, she is a UFC veteran, but that does not necessarily make you a big name. Liz Carmouche has never been a big name. Okay, now I know what some people are going to say, but Chuck, she's main evented twice in the UFC. Okay, but she only main evented because she was facing off against a sitting champion. She faced off against Ronda Rousey, who was already made the champion in the first women's fight in the UFC. And then most recently, she fought Valentina Shevchenko, and I'll mention that again, for the flyweight title. Okay? So yes, she has main evented twice in the UFC. But she's not the reason it was a main event. It was the champions she fought that made those fights main event worthy. Okay? Another thing, Liz does not have a fun or entertaining style. Okay? She is a pure grinder, which is not conducive to fan entertainment. Okay? You have to really, really like a grinding style to find that as entertaining. Most fans do not. Okay? And then, bring this back up. In her last fight, when she challenged Valentina Shevchenko for the flyweight title, she was 50% of the most boring title fight in women's division's history. Okay? I've watched probably more women's title fights in MMA than just about anybody. I've been following the sport for 15 years, and I've been following the women's aspect of the sport for just as long. That was the most boring women's title fight I have ever seen. Liz did absolutely nothing for the entire fucking fight. I mean, it was just absolute garbage. Now, I'm one of the people that will say, well, Valentina was also in that fight, and she is just as much to blame. But Valentina actually did more than Liz. And that's how she won the fight. By actually doing just enough to win. Liz didn't bother doing a goddamn fucking thing in that entire fucking fight. And it made it absolutely fucking boring. Okay? It was a cure for insomnia. That fight was absolute garbage. And that's why the UFC cut her. Because they gave her a title shot. And she went out there and shit the bed. An absolute snooze fest. Now, enter Mandy Böhm. Now, Böhm is only 6-0, which means she has less fights than 13-7 Liz has wins or losses. Okay? I've seen a couple of her fights. Okay? She's fought on TKO a couple times, which I believe is on Fight Pass now. I think that's where I watched it. I watched her last fight against Jade Masson Wong at TKO 48. She is indeed, excuse me, she is indeed a prospect. But you don't put a prospect like this in a main event against a grizzled veteran with a boring style. They're basically taking a young, upcoming fighter and feeding her to a veteran that no one even gives a crap about anyway. Okay? So by matching Liz Carmouche up against a fighter who is unknown to all but the most hardcore women's division's fans, it means that they are relying entirely on Carmouche to sell this fight as a main event. And Okay, I get it. It's in California. She's in California. And I know I'm being harsh here, but this is fair criticism. Liz is not a main eventer. She is not a fan-friendly fighter. Her style is not fan-friendly, I should say. Who, besides people with the last name Carmouche and people that train with her, is Bellator actually expecting to go buy tickets for this based on this main event? Because Böhm's from Germany. Nobody from California is going, in Temecula, is going to that event to see Mandy Böhm. And there aren't that many that are going to be there to see Liz Carmouche. Unless they're planning on stacking this card, which they haven't announced any other fights for it yet. Granted, it's not until May, and it may end up getting pushed back due to the coronavirus. But what is Bellator thinking with this as a main event? I just don't understand it. This news. This came out last week, and it's been giving me a headache all week, which is why I've been putting off this video, and I'm finally getting it out there just so I can get rid of it. Well, it's still going to give me a headache. I'm not going to lie. This is going to give me a headache until it actually happens. I mean, unless they're just trying to give Liz what they hope to be an easy win to try to push her more, okay, fine. Do that. But don't make it a freaking main event. Liz Carmouche, again, I'm going back. She does not have a fan-friendly style. This is the type of main event that could possibly push back the women's divisions, okay? I am all for promoting the women's divisions. That's what my whole channel is about. And you know what? You want to make a women's fight a main event? Fine. But make it a good one, okay? When they made Leah McCourt and who did she fight? That Judith Ruiz? That was actually a decent fight. Was it the most high-skilled fight when they made that a main event in Dublin? No, it was not the most high-skilled fight. Was it an entertaining fight, though? Yes. It was sloppy, but it was entertaining. I cannot remember the last time I watched a Liz Carmouche fight that was entertaining. You know what? I do. When she got armbarred by Ronda Rousey. That was actually an entertaining fight. Because she came close to getting the RNC on Rousey. And then Rousey came back, all within the same first round, and then armbarred her. That was the only entertaining fight I've ever seen of Liz Carmouche. And that was, like, how many years ago? That was 2013. February 2013. So 7 years ago. 7 years since Liz Carmouche has been in an entertaining fight. So I just don't understand what Bellator is thinking. Book this fight, fine. I think it's a waste of a legit prospect in Mandy Böhm, but fine. You want to book this fight, do it. But don't do your fans, don't do the women's divisions overall a disservice by main eventing Liz Carmouche. And don't do Mandy Böhm a disservice by putting her in a fight that she's not prepared for, in a main event that she is not prepared for. Mandy Böhm deserves better than that. And the fans deserve better than this too. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, likes are always appreciated. And hey, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to WMMA now. The best damn women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that bell for notifications, and we'll see you next time.